Should you start businesses in the niches that you are generating leads, also known a lot in this industry as the arbitrage model? So let me give you an example. Okay, by the way, my name is Nick Wood. I love this stuff. So if I get a little bit excited, it is not because I'm taking drugs, but because I have used this business model, the rank and rent or the rent then rank business model, to get out of $60,000 in debt, to buy real estate, to literally travel the world, to do all the things that I've wanted to do. I'm not completely there yet, but I've done it. I've used this as a vehicle to achieve things that I never thought I could achieve. So I get pretty excited about this. If you didn't know who I was, now you do. Anyway, okay, this business model, let me give you an example. So let's say you are in the duct cleaning niche, okay? Not my favorite niche, but I like the niche. I've made money in the niche, and it's a good niche, but not my favorite, okay? So you start generating leads, and maybe you found a business owner, it lasts a couple months and then they quit, or you get into it and you're like, hey, I'm making $1,000 a month, but like I'm sending this guy or this girl or guy or whatever, I'm sending them 30, 40 leads. And I start doing the math. You're like, dude, I could be making $700 a rip or $500 a rip. And if I can close at 50%, I could make $5,000 or $10,000 instead of 1,000, right? That's like, okay, let me go start a business. So that would be an example. Or maybe you build a website, you start getting leads, and you just can't find a business owner. You're like, screw this. These businesses suck in this area. And maybe it's your backyard, whatever. You're like, I'm going to go and start my own business in duct cleaning. Either scenario, I'm just giving you an example. So what do? You go and you set up a duct cleaning business. You go and you buy whatever necessary equipment and the truck and the business license and the thing, and you hire somebody, you put it in place, the whole deal, right? This is something that's commonly talked about in this industry because what's cool about this business is you can go and learn about these industries without really getting into them. You kind of get into them, right? And so trust me, there's been plenty of times where I've had the thought and I've had the advice given to me, like, why don't you just start this business? Why don't you do this? I was going to start a pool cleaning business at one point. I was going to start a dumpster rental company at one point. I was like, this would be awesome to own all these businesses, right? It'd be so cool to tell everyone I own multiple businesses. That's so cool. Okay. Now, what's cool is making fucking money, making actual cold, hard cash. And I don't care what I got to do it. As long as it is something that is scalable, as long as I can do it from anywhere in the world, and as long as it is ethical, I will do it. It doesn't need to be sexy. I don't need to be generating leads for doctors. I don't need to be generating leads for freaking plastic surgeons or some sexy niche. I don't care who I need to work with. I was the guy a couple 6 years ago, that left this business model because I thought this is a real story. I thought it sounded cooler to tell people I own a software company. And guess what? I started this business. I got a couple deals. I was making actual money and I left it, and I spent a year of my life chasing a software company. Didn't know anything about software, completely failed, lost my ass on it. Okay. To this day, it was terrible because I thought it sounded cooler. And so from that, I'm like, you know what's sexy? It may not be the niche of concrete. It may not be dumpster rental. It may not be duct cleaning. I understand those are boring, unsexy businesses. Shout out to Mike Rowe and Dirty Jobs. But you know what is sexy? Getting Stripe notifications that says you just made $1,000. You just made $250. You just got a payout of $7,440.23. Oh, that's pretty nice. I think I'll take that and pay my bills this month. That, my friends, is sexy. And here's my thoughts. Can you do it? Can you make money? Yes. I actually know somebody personally that's making a killing in the fencing industry. I know somebody that's making pretty damn good money in, what's the other one? Dumpster rentals. Okay. However, all I can say is that if you're like 99% of us entrepreneurs, you probably have an affinity for shiny object syndrome, which is squirrel syndrome, business, opportunity, business. And you get distracted easily. And you have probably chased multiple businesses. It probably isn't your first go around. Okay. And I would tell you that in my experience, doing this arbitrage model of starting the business is nothing more than a distraction. Okay. Yes, I know you can squeeze more money out of a dumpster rental deal if you buy the dumpsters and you get the truck and you do the thing. And yes, long term, whatever, right? But the question I would ask you is, what if you had spent all that time, all those resources, all that effort into this business, getting another 10 clients with almost no overhead, without having to add almost any more support or any other human capital? How much further ahead would you be? And now you don't have a business that has liability insurance. You don't have a business that if your guy doesn't show up that day, you got to go and drive the truck and drop off the dumpster. And if you're sitting on a cruise ship or you don't have service, you're wondering if the dumpster's even going or if it's just sitting at home. Okay. So I'm here to tell you that in my experience and my opinion is that stuff is going to do nothing except for distract you. And guys, if you think about it, those businesses are not scalable like this, right? Because at the end of the day, even though, yes, it's a business, it is still a time for dollars business, right? Yes, you may be paying somebody to do it for you, but you're still getting paid to go and do a task, right? There's not infinite scale. And so there's always going to be a cap on those businesses. Now, if you're going to do it or you're like, hey, I want to diversify, which is something I'm actively doing right now, I'm a big proponent of investing in those businesses, of finding companies that crush it. Maybe it's your clients, maybe it's not. Letting partners or other people run those businesses, you taking a passive role. Maybe you're the capital, maybe you're the capital and the leads. Those kind of businesses I'm into. I'm all about it. Cool. Go invest in 5, 10 of them. As long as you don't have to meet twice a week and whatever. But if you can just provide your leads and you can take a chunk of those businesses, awesome. Okay. What I'm talking about is going and starting an entire business where you run the whole thing and blah, blah. And I understand you can set up systems, you get it running, blah. Why not take that same effort and that same energy and go add another 10 clients at $1,000 a month, make another 10 grand, make another $120,000 a year, and do that 10 more times and be at 100K. So I guess my experience, my opinion is until you've gotten to 50, 75, 100K, quit trying to start another service, another business, guys. This is something that I did and I thought it was the game. I had a couple clients. I'm like, hey, instead of going and getting more clients, I'm just going to offer them social media and I'm going to do their SEO and I'm going to build them a second website and I'm going to sell them merchandise and I'm going to do this and that and the rest. I'm going to sell them my software. I'm going to go I'm going to start slinging white label, high level software. Dude, I had like 6 or 7 businesses within the business, convincing myself that I was focused. All my services sucked ass. I was making no money and none of my clients were happy. What I did to scale is I got rid of all the SEO. I got rid of all the other services. And I said, I'm doing flat fee deals. I'm only going into these niches. I'm only doing this price per month. I'm only doing it by pre-selling only. I'm going to go into these cities with these criteria. And this is exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it again and again and again and again and again and again. And let's see how far I can ride this bitch to the top. And it took me 8 months to get to $100,000 a month. So from somebody that has done both, quit chasing the shiny objects, quit chasing let me start a dumpster rental and a carpet cleaning business and the rest. They're not scalable. Stay focused on this model because this is the model that works. Go out another 5 clients, go out another 10 clients, go out another 15 clients, and go invest in those businesses as a capital partner and a silent investor instead of somebody that's actively running the business, pulling yourself away from the very thing that makes you money. Yes, I get a little passionate about this shit, but guys, I was there. I have been down these roads and they lead to nothing but disorientation, and they're going to rob you of your confidence. They're going to rob you of your goals. Stay focused. Stay focused on pre-selling flat fee deals. That's the way to the top. That's all I got.